Hello and welcome back to Bunnex Investment Group. So in this video, we're going to give out the M template or the only M pattern that you should be looking for on the charts. Of course, they are thrown everywhere by the market makers, but not all of them are actually suitable for us to trade. So this template will actually help you to filter out the bad M patterns that may be thrown in front of you. So how do we filter out these M patterns? So for the purposes of this video, we're not going to jump into where exactly should you look for these patterns, but to actually be able to identify the rightful M patterns when you see them. So for illustration's sake, we are going to just use one position to look for these M's, which is the level 3 termination. That is when we see 3 levels at level 3. This is the only position that we'll illustrate using. So an M is basically a double top or a double bottom in layman's terms. In this case, we can see that this is the first leg and this is the second leg. So when we are forming this particular pattern, we are trying to manipulate or to induce traders into giving liquidity within the market. I'm actually talking from the perspective of the market makers. In this case, we had the first leg, right? So when the first leg is issued, the market is brought down to create what we call the neckline region. So whilst this is happening, we will be actually inducing traders to take shots for this particular move. Therefore, for us to confirm this particular move, we need to see a 513 exponential moving average crossover, right? Then after that, after we reach this neckline region, the market makers will now need to hit stops of those who have taken shots on the first leg. And on that same leg, we also expect to see a 513 exponential moving average crossover. Therefore, creation of the first leg and creation of the second leg will require us to see these two EMAs crossover. After these two EMAs crossovers are issued, we know that we now have a valid pattern or a higher probability pattern. So to fully understand, let's jump over the charts so that we understand how this is done. So this is USD against CHF. We actually took a trade on the VIP last week on this particular pair. We can see that we had a completed cycle from this region. Someone may say, why did we leave out this as a level since we have 1, 2, and 3? I would say that because you can see it was a varied W. We had first leg and then the second leg. In this case, we can as well see that we had two EMA crossovers as I've illustrated on that previous slide. We had a 513 EMA crossover. The 5 is the one in yellow, the 13 the one in red, the 5 the one in yellow, the 13 in red. We had a crossover for this first leg and then a crossover for this second leg. Although the second leg was a bit lame, it was a short leg than the first leg. However, this was the first impulsive rise, then the second impulsive rise, the third impulsive rise. At third level, that is where we expect to see a proper pattern, right? So on that third level, we can see the same concept that I've illustrated earlier. We had 5, the one in yellow, and 13 cross to actually issue the first leg, and then another 5, 13 cross to issue the second leg. At this point, we either look for candlestick rejection, candlestick reversal pattern, or just wait to see a candlestick closure below the 13, right? Let's have another example. This was now on Euro US, Euro NZD, I mean. we are not going to count the levels to reach this position. We can see that after reaching the end of the third level, we had the first leg. After the first leg was issued, we need to see a 513 EMA cross, right? Then another 513 EMA cross to issue the second leg. At this first leg region, that is when we start to look for candlestick reversal patterns or rejection patterns, or just wait to see the candle closure below the 13 EMA. Let's have another example. This is odd against card. We had the first leg, right? Then consolidation, second leg, and then the third leg. At the third level, we start to look for our scenario. A 513 was issued at this point. Let me zoom in. 513 was issued, then another 513 was issued. Then at the first leg region, that is when we look to find entries. So to summarize everything that I've said in this video, we are going to be looking for 513 EMA crossovers by 2 to validate a pattern. As you can see, if we scroll, we can start to see that M's and W's, or something that looks like M's and W's, will be thrown all over, and you'd be confused and sometimes take something that looks like an M or like a W, but you need something that removes that subjectivity, and these EMA crosses will actually help you to find proper M's and W's. On that note, we come to the end of this video. Check out our free Telegram channel. I'll leave the link in the description box below, and subscribe to this channel if you haven't done so. See you on the next one.